So there's something I've been watching for a long time at work, in families, in leadership, even in faith. People choose what protects them today, even when it costs them tomorrow. And most of the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. The short game doesn't look reckless. It doesn't look destructive. It doesn't even look wrong. It looks reasonable. It looks mature. It looks safe. And that's why it's dangerous. The short game is simple. It chooses relief over growth, comfort over courage, approval over respect, avoidance over confrontation, immediate reward over long-term strength. It wins in the moment, but it quietly shrinks your future. And I felt the pull toward the short game too, especially when the pressure feels unfair, especially when doing the right thing costs more than keeping quiet. The short game whispers, "Not worth the fight, I'll deal with it later. Just this once, don't make waves." God understands. And every one of those thoughts feels intelligent in the moment, but they compound. Let's talk about what compounding does. Every time you avoid something hard, you train yourself to retreat. You don't collapse overnight, you erode. Character isn't usually destroyed dramatically. It's softened slowly. You start choosing peace over truth, comfort over discipline, silence over courage. And over time, you become smaller than you were meant to be. You see it in your relationships. Being easygoing feels kind. Keeping the peace feels mature. Avoiding conflict feels loving. But if you never correct, never confront, never draw a line, you slowly teach people how to treat you. Short-term harmony can create long-term resentment. And when everyone plays the short game in a family, truth becomes rare. Real growth stops. Things stay manageable, but never healthy. You see it at work. Don't outperform too much. Don't challenge the system. Don't expose incompetence. Don't push too hard. It's safer to blend in. Safer to stay underestimated. Safer to play small. And sometimes incompetence feels safer than excellence. Because excellence attracts pressure. Excellence attracts expectation. Excellence attracts resistance. So people optimize for safety instead of mastery. And when everyone does that, potential dies quietly. Teams stagnate. Leadership weakens. Innovation disappears. Not because people are incapable, but because they're protecting themselves in the short term. And if you're someone who values growth, you feel the drag of that. You feel what could be happening, but isn't. The short game is about protection. It protects your image. It protects your comfort. It protects your ego. It protects you from temporary discomfort. But long term, it builds smaller lives. Our culture feeds us constantly. Immediate stimulation, immediate validation, immediate outrage, immediate pleasure. When your nervous system is trained for short cycles, long-term effort feels unbearable. Patience feels unnatural. Discipline feels extreme. Obedience feels outdated. And anything that doesn't produce a quick result starts to feel pointless. But the long game has never been dramatic. It's slow, it's repetitive, it compounds quietly, and most people don't have the patience for it. Faith exposes us more than anything. Most of us want transformation. We want relief. We pray for the pressure to be removed, the conflict to resolve, the discomfort to disappear. Short game faith says, fix this, remove this, why is this happening, make it easier. But what if the pressure is the process? What if the difficulty is the training? Long game faith understands something different. God is not always trying to make you comfortable. He's forming endurance, integrity, trust, dependence, strength. Relief doesn't build endurance, pressure does. If you only trust God when He removes difficulty, your faith is conditional. But long game faith says, use this, grow me through this, strengthen me in this. In a culture addicted to immediacy, patient obedience looks foolish. But faith was never meant to operate on short cycles. It was always long horizon. And here's the part that should concern you. The short game doesn't explode your life, it narrows it. Slightly less brave, slightly less disciplined, slightly less truthful, slightly more reactive, slightly more dependent on comfort. Decision by decision, until one day you realize you built a life optimized for safety, not strength. You built a team optimized for comfort, not excellence. You built a faith optimized for relief, not endurance. I'm not asking whether you've made mistakes. Everyone has. I'm asking which game is shaping you right now. Where are you choosing relief instead of growth? Where are you protecting your image instead of building your character? Where are you keeping peace instead of telling the truth? Where are you asking God to remove the pressure instead of letting Him use it? Because you don't drift into the long game, you choose it. And if you don't choose it deliberately, the short game will choose you, and it will shrink your life quietly, long before you realize what you've lost. This is just the introduction. In the next videos, I'm going to break this down, what the long game actually looks like in work, in relationships, in discipline, and in faith. This is the alarm. The next ones will be about how to build differently. If you want to go deeper into that, stay with me.